If you're asking whether you should rent out your home or sell it, you're probably in one of a few situations. Maybe you're relocating, maybe you inherited a property, or maybe you're sitting on a low interest loan that you really don't want to give up. In situations like that, you're what some people would call an accidental landlord. And the decision usually gets simplified down into one question: will it cash flow or not? But that's where a lot of people end up making the wrong decision. I'm Corey Hayes with Keyrenter Property Management Naperville, and I help homeowners in Naperville and the surrounding areas make one of the most important decisions they'll make in real estate. Do I rent this property or do I sell it? When I evaluate a property, I use what I call a four-part wealth system. Cash flow is king. It tells you what's happening month to month after expenses. Principal paydown is the queen. It's the equity you build every time your mortgage gets paid down. Appreciation is the long-term growth engine. It's how your property increases in value over time. Okay, so let's make this real. Say you own a home in Naperville. Your rent is $3,500 a month. Your total expenses are $3,650 a month. On paper, that's negative cash flow, so most people think, I should sell this property. But that decision is only based on the king, because while cash flow is one part of the system, the queen is still building equity each month as the renter pays down your mortgage. And appreciation is still working in the background as property values tend to go up over time. Think about what homes were worth in 1975 and what they're worth today, or even what they were worth in 2012 and where they are today. The property values go up and down, but over time, they've gone up historically. And then the fourth part is that tax depreciation working in the background and improving the overall picture, sometimes significantly. Now, to be fair, there's one more thing that most people overlook, and that's reserves. If you're going to rent a property, you should have ideally 3 to 6 months of expenses set aside because things break, tenants move, repairs happen, and without reserves, what looks like a financial opportunity can turn into tension and sleepless nights. This is exactly what we help homeowners do at Keyrenter Property Management Naperville. We don't just estimate rent. We walk you through this entire four-part system so you can clearly see what your property would actually rent for today, what it produces monthly after expenses, what risks and reserves should you be planning for, and whether renting and selling actually makes sense for you right now. If you're in that decision point, give us a call. We offer a free rental analysis and can walk you through those numbers based on your goals and needs. We'd love to hear from you. So, how do you decide? Renting usually makes sense when you can comfortably hold the property, you have reserves in place, and you're focused on long-term wealth building. Selling usually makes sense when you need access to equity now, you want simplicity, or your capital has a better use elsewhere. At the end of the day, the mistake isn't renting or selling your home. The mistake is answering the question of whether you should rent or sell your home with only part of the picture. Because when you step back and you look at the full four-part system, cash flow king, principal paydown queen, appreciation engine, and depreciation shield, you're not just guessing anymore. You're actually seeing what your property is doing for you. And once you see it that way, the decision usually becomes a lot clearer. If you're in that position right now and want a second set of eyes on your property, call us. That's exactly what we help homeowners do here at Keyrenter Property Management Naperville. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.